Out here in rural Colorado, life moves at the speed of trust, hard work, and the sound of cattle at dawn. But when a neighbor's drone caught our bull dragging her luxury SUV through barbed wire, it set off a chain of events no one saw coming. What started as a viral video turned into a legal war over land, power, and truth. This isn't just a story about a bull, it's about the fight to protect what matters most. My name is Cassidy Bell. I run a cattle ranch in rural Colorado, where most mornings smell like diesel, dust, and day-old coffee. Life out here is simple but sacred. We raise animals, mend fences, and pass land down the bloodline. That rhythm held steady until Karen Pickett moved in. She came from somewhere near Denver, a suburban transplant with big money and bigger opinions. She bought the property next to ours and called it her escape, the kind of place you visit in a weekend catalog and think you understand. She didn't. Her first move was installing motion lights and wireless security cameras that blinked like we lived on a military base. The second was filing noise complaints about our roosters. Then came the drones. They weren't subtle. Every day. A sleek black quadcopter would zip across our pasture, dipping low over barns, haystacks, and occasionally hovering outside windows. She claimed it was for property line documentation and livestock monitoring. But the footage was showing up elsewhere. We just didn't know it yet. The day it all snapped started normal. My niece, Isla, 17 and sharp as a branding iron, was helping bottle feed a new calf when we heard a low, mechanical buzz. We looked up, another drone. This time, it drifted toward Meatloaf, our aging Hereford bull who was not known for patience. His ears twitched, his muscles bunched. Then he moved, with a snort. He broke into a gallop, head down, chest barreling forward. The drone ducked and zipped, but he wasn't after the drone. He was after the chrome. Karen's Escalade sat parked at the edge of her lot, gleaming like a trophy. Meatloaf saw his own reflection, lowered his head, and charged. He caught the front bumper with his horn and didn't stop. He dragged that SUV backward through barbed wire, into our pasture, across a muddy creek, and straight into the cattle pond. Karen's drone caught all of it. Within hours, the video was everywhere: TikTok, Facebook, even the local news. People laughed. They called him Rebel Bull, Chrome Avenger, and Meatloaf the Machine. We didn't post it. Karen's own surveillance stream did that, while the internet laughed. Karen boiled. She accused us of training Meatloaf to attack her property, claimed it was livestock terrorism. She sent letters, threatened lawsuits, called the sheriff twice. But it wasn't until Isla showed me something on her phone that we realized this was about more than a bull. Turns out Karen had posted dozens of drone clips to a second account one Isla had found by accident. The videos weren't just of our ranch. They included nearby properties. Each clip had measurements, topographic overlays, and audio notes. Karen wasn't filming for curiosity, she was scouting. We dug deeper. What we found made my blood run cold. Karen was working with a corporate developer called Sunset Estates. They had been quietly buying land in the county through shell companies. Her job scout, record, and report back. Sunset wanted to build a modern rural lifestyle community right on top of our home. Dozens of parcels were already under contract. Ours was in the crosshairs. But Karen didn't know one thing: she'd poked the wrong hornet's nest. We kept digging and found backdoor zoning deals, grant manipulation, and a strategic plan to push local ranchers off their land by any legal means. Drone surveillance was step one. Social pressure came next. Property devaluation followed. Then came Karen's final move, the Sunset Vision Picnic, marketed as a community potluck. The event was actually a PR stunt meant to sell the project to locals. Isla and I decided to go, but not to eat. Isla dressed up in a sundress she hated. I packed a cooler with baked beans, a hidden projector, and a Bluetooth speaker. As Karen welcomed guests and began her slideshow, Isla hijacked the feed. We played everything: the drone footage, the hidden files, The land grabs. A photo of Karen shaking hands with a Sunset executive under a sign that read, "Next phase Bell Ranch acquisition." Gasps filled the tent. People walked out. Someone threw a pie. That should have ended it. But Karen wasn't done. 3 days later, Meatloaf vanished. We searched everywhere, pastures, trails, even the local butcher just in case. Nothing. Then a rancher in a nearby county called us. Said he saw a bull tied up behind a Sunset Estates demo site, painted with a sash that read, "Sunset Spirit." They had stolen our bull and turned him into a mascot. We didn't go to the cops. We went ourselves. Vila ran distraction, crying about a missing dog. I found Meatloaf tethered behind a billboard and untied him quietly. Then I gave him one firm slap. He thundered through the site, crushing lawn chairs, signs, and speakers. Karen was there too, watching her entire marketing campaign go sideways under 200 pounds of wet. Angry beef. We left before the dust settled. Then the lawsuit arrived, filed by West Point Corporation, Sunset's parent company. The charges were ridiculous hostile symbolic disruption, drone interference, property defamation, and livestock-led sabotage. But they hadn't counted on Karen flipping. Between the viral fallout, public backlash, and her own growing guilt, Karen cracked in court. She testified against Sunset, told everything: how they paid her, what they told her to film, how they planned to force families off their land. Her words, paired with our evidence, destroyed the case. The judge dismissed the charges. Sunset Estates dissolved its projects across the region. West Point pulled out entirely. We didn't celebrate with champagne. We rebuilt the fence, fixed the pond. Ela turned the barn into a video studio and launched a channel called Real Range Rural Stories from Real People. Folks subscribed. People came not for luxury, but for honesty. Karen stayed. She sold her drone and picked up a shovel. She still wore flannel. But now it had dirt on it. And for once, that felt earned. Then, just as things calmed, a drone returned. Sleeker. Quieter. No markings. It dropped a note: "We are aware of recent events. Your participation is essential." No signature. Just a P box in Austin. Isla sent our own drone up to meet it, camera locked. Message scrolling across the screen: "We're still here, and we're not going anywhere. Because this land doesn't forget. It remembers every boot print, every lie, every last stand made by people who fight to keep what's theirs. And this fight, it isn't over."